Easy on me, dog.
Oh, hey, my bad, man. You know, I'm just trying to make sure we all get there.
You know, we have making me think. Nah, it's good. That's good. This is good. These are good, man.
We got the French Avenue connection. This has no particular season. I don't care the reason. We're just ranking them on best. Which one you're starting, which one you're benching, which one you're cutting.
Is Liquid Broom in this list?
We're gonna go ahead and get that one out the way because you know that has to be the first one.
Start.
Liquid Broom.
I don't. Start.
Now
start.
The second one. The second one is going to be the Aromatics fragrance, Royal Taboo. Gonna tap into this one here. Well, I don't know. I think this one might be a little unfair to you because this really ain't too many fragrances outside of this one that you really that's like specific gourmands, the things that you like. Because this last one, I don't know if you got your hands on this one, but Azar Aoud. This is gonna be playing off of that.
You know I got that mess. You know I got that mess.
Well, you already know what's gonna cut that one. He a hater on that one. He gonna cut it. I told you.
Cut. That is a that is a
migraine,
bro.
Leg.
Cut. That Oud Maracuja, man, cut. No.
Bro, let me tell you about the time I wore that to church.
Cut.
I wore that to church. The first day I got it, I wore it to church. Like, no lie. 15 sprays, bruh. People slaying. I was like, yeah, the Lord is working today. Everybody passing out because of that fragrance, bro. I love it, though. I love it.
John posted that in his story on IG. I replied, I was like, bro, you need to go get baptized, dog. Like, they should revoke your membership. You wore that in the church. Like, come on, bro.
It's so good. I'll tell you one thing. It smooths out. With time, with maceration, it smooths out.
Gotta let it sit there, bro.
Yeah, I don't care nothing about that, bro.
Gotta let it sit there for a little bit, man. I'm just saying.
Skip me. I can't stand in that DNA. My hair hurt, bro.
Let's get
My hair hurt, bro. No.
Let's get it popping. Start, bench, cut while we get where you coming from. You know what? So we're gonna go ahead and start off with hit us with your first one. The three fragrances that we have again, you got Liquid Broom, French Avenue, Royal Taboo, and then you have Azur Aoud. Which one is going to be the one that you cut? Let's start with the cuts first, since Walt jumped the gun on that one.
This is gonna sound crazy. It's facts. This is gonna be crazy, right? Because all three of those I love them all. But I'm gonna cut Liquid Broom. Why? Because I got another joint.
I gotta go.
By the House of Junaid Perfumes called Atik. I did a review on it a few weeks ago or last month. That joint is slightly, in my opinion, slightly better than Liquid Broom and the performance as well. And that's crazy because Liquid Broom is a beast mode. So, but I'm gonna cut Liquid Broom. I'll do that one. I'll cut that one.
Okay.
You want me to say the other ones or just a cut?
Just a cut, because I need to go too. Because I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, when I take into consideration these three fragrances and what they all do, I'm really right there in that same boat with you. Out of these three, I'm cutting Liquid Broom because there's another fragrance. Like, there's too many fragrances that do this DNA or that does what this fragrance is already doing. A warm, spicy,
I respect it,
with a gourmand twist. There's already a couple of fragrances that's doing that. For me personally,
I respect it.
This over Camera. So this already loses the battle there. Whereas these two are doing something that's unique in my eyes that I don't really have many inspirations or takes of. So for me personally, if I'm going these three fragrances right here, French Avenue, Liquid Broom, that's gonna be the one that I cut.
Yeah, okay. So based on that ideology.
Hold on, I'm using them big words. No.
But based on what y'all just said, then you should start. You should start Aromatics' fragrance, and then it's two or three other iterations of that Oud Maracuja DNA too.
Nah. See, you can't say that. Nah, you can't say that because you couldn't even say what you fully wanted to say about these because you know that right here with this one. With this one, you get this DNA already. You've gotten this. You
already know how I feel about that blue bottle. You already knew that.
Y'all already knew that. Exactly. But if we're taking in if you saying situations or reasons, you just gotta look at what's out here. And all I'm saying is when it comes to the cut, I'm cutting this one because I would much rather have. And then there's not really too many tobacco fragrances that I actually enjoy. So for me to find a tobacco fragrance that I do enjoy, yeah. So this is gonna stay in that
good. For me. That's that the Crease Taurus jump off. That's what it is.
Yeah, if I'm a go with a tobacco, I mean, I know we're not talking about that, but yeah, me personally, Herod is gonna be my choice. To roll with that from a tobacco standpoint. It's like gourmand tobacco. So you can already tell I'm a huge tobacco gourmand fan. But yeah, I just the Oud Maracuja DNA. I don't know what it is about that passion fruit. It gives me like I almost throw, like I'm not lying, like it makes me sick. And I'm not saying it makes me sick like hate, like physically I'd be like I'd be about to hurl. I'd be like, it's something, it hit me in my head and I'd be like, it just ain't right. It ain't right. And that's the clone.
Take on take on that would be like the Ignite Oud by Ahmed Al-Maghribi. It'll be like that Ignite Oud. That joint is sexy. It smells like candied oud. It's crystallized candied oud. Like it's fire. So that's like a more mass appealing take on that. But yeah.
Okay. So we got the start. I mean, we got the cut out the way. Now let's go into the last two. Walt, hit us with the bench and the start combo. What are you doing? We know that you're cutting Azure or Oud. What is the start and the bench? Wait, you done. Never mind.
Yeah, we starting Liquid Broom and the other 10 clones of Altair out there, and I'm a bench Aromatics' joint. Yeah.
So it's the DNA that you're rocking with more so than anything.
Yeah, and yeah, that I'm really on a DNA trip. You know what I'm saying? Like my approach with fragrances right now is like how in love am I with the DNA? Versus just like what's the best of this, what's the best. My thing is like, okay, the DNA itself, who accomplishes that DNA the best, not so much who cloned the OG the best, because I think there are some situations where I'm like, you know what, I kind of like this better, you know, I wish like the OG would have done this. Like prime example, y'all know how I feel about Armaf's Odyssey Aqua. I like the way it's done better than Invictus Platinum. So it's not even so much about, okay, is this close to Invictus Platinum? I'm like, nah, is Invictus Platinum close to this? Like, I like the way they did this. You know what I'm saying? So even in this discussion, like I said, I'm gonna cut that fragrance, not because of that fragrance, because I got 2 other clones that I haven't even reviewed of that Oud Maracuja DNA just to see. I'm like, maybe it's just that bottle, and it's like, no, it just made me sick. So I was like, it's just that DNA I can't get with, and so that's why automatically it's gonna get cut for me. But you know, that Altair DNA is super love for me, so I'm gonna start that regardless. Yeah. Aromatics, I like your fragrance, but it don't stand a chance. Not in my house.
I got a real good clone or inspiration of that Oud Maracuja DNA called Shaba. A little bit more of a Middle Eastern take to it for sure. Definitely gonna be much more on the Oriental side, but still plays on that passion fruit. That's an extremely nice one also. I can't see you rocking with that one either. I think that passion fruit is just prominent with that DNA.
Yeah, I'm good.
Jonathan, let's hear it, fam. What you gonna do? Start, bench, cut. What's the rankings?
Yeah, so we definitely gonna cut Liquid Brown, even though I love it, man. But Liquid Brown we're gonna cut. I'm gonna go starting with the Royal Taboo. That's just up my alley. You know, you guys know I'm a spicy, leathery, sweet type guy, so I love that. And then I'm gonna bench Azure Oud. It's crazy, you know, Azure Oud I don't smell a lot of the passion fruit. Like growing up in a Latino household, my whole life I ate passion fruit everything, and so it's not interpreted the way I've experienced it in my life, so it's different, but it's still really, really good. So I like, it's like if I can compare the passion fruit on that one to anything, I would call it maybe like a dehydrated passion fruit rather than a juicy passion fruit. You feel me?
Yeah, I can see that.
but definitely starting with Royal Taboo, benching Azur Al-Oud, cutting Liquid Burn. Yeah.
Because with that Oud since with this one, it does give it like extremely dry vibes. Like even though it's prominent in the opening, it's still somewhat dry. So I get what you're saying. For me, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bench. I'm gonna cut Liquid Broom. I'm gonna bench Royal Taboo, and I'm gonna start Azur Al-Oud because this much more so is a DNA that I will be able to enjoy on a day-to-day basis. Whereas even though this is still one of the best tobacco fragrances that I've gotten my nose on, it's still not a fragrance that I would want every day. That one's gonna have to come off the bench and do its thing on special occasions. Whereas that oud, that passion fruit, that fruity opening that you get in this one, I can rock out with this one a little bit more than the others that we have in the lineup. So that's just my take on that one. That's definitely my take on that one. But I think that one wasn't that bad. Now I'm gonna let you know right now, I don't know how y'all felt about these rounds that we've had so far, but I really do think that when it comes to these last two, because I got two more rounds that I want to do, I think that these might be the hardest one. Like I say, the best for last on this. So let's just, what y'all think so far? What y'all think about the layout?